So much depends upon the red wheelbarrow glazed with rainwater beside the white chickens. William Carlos Williams. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another journey. This morning, it's not so much an inspirational piece, though on some levels perhaps it is, but rather a reflective piece for me. And I think about William Carlos Williams in that poem. And William Carlos Williams was a doctor in New Jersey back in the early days. And he did a lot of home visits for patients. And that poem was written shortly after he watched a very young child succumb to her illness. And he realized there was nothing he could do that was within his powers. And so all of his interventions and all of his remediations and whatnot didn't help this poor child, and so it was a reflection for him. So let me take you through what I'm going to do this morning. It's actually something I haven't done before, but I'm using several techniques. I'll be doing a pour at random using a brown by Nick Pro, and I just added a little bit more Flutrol and water to get it to a better consistency, and I think I'll probably be adding some more. And this is a combination of 9-to-1 water and Floetrol. So I just want to add that to this. Again, stirring really well and hopefully getting that consistency warm honey so that it just drips off of the stick and then creates a puddle but quickly disappears into the paint. So let me make sure it's there. Okay, I may need a little bit more. I saw my neighbor, and she's been back and forth between homes. Her husband passed away a bit ago, and she's inconsolable, and it's just so heartbreaking. You know, you try to find the right words to console someone who's lost a loved one, and I'm at a loss sometimes to find those words. And we talked about grief, and she said, I don't know why I woke up crying this morning, and it's not unusual. It's only been a couple of months or so since she lost her husband of over 53 years to cancer, and it seemed like the last time I had spoken to her before he passed, he was doing better, and then all of a sudden, tumors just started popping up, and shortly thereafter, he succumbed to cancer. So this is a Nick Pro. I mixed it again with a little bit of water and Floetrol, yellow. I'll be using a Nick Pro Turquoise. And I'll be using a violet, also by Nick Pro. And I want to work on it as quickly as I can because the paint will develop that film if I let it sit for too long. And then I'm also going to be using a MacFly Brilliant Purple, an aquamarine by Arteza that's been mixed with water and a bit of Floetrol, Art Supply Sunflower, again Floetrol and water, and those ratios will be on the description page if you want to go straight to that. Pouring Masters, this is a peachy gold pink iridescent, and Art Supply red gold iridescent, which has also been mixed with Floetrol and water. And we'll see how that goes. I'm also using IKinst in a soft pale tan color, and to this I added Floetrol, GAC, and oil to create my swiping color. So the first thing I want to do is I leveled off my canvas, and it is hopefully cooperating. So I'm just going to go in at random. And initially I was going to pour them into a cup and then do sort of a ring pour, Dutch pour kind of combination, open cup pour, what have you. But I decided to just let the paint just do some magic on this canvas. The canvas is 20 by 20, 1.5 gallery. Okay, I've just put down my Nick Pro brown. I'm going with my yellow. No rhyme or reason, again, just trying to bring some colors to our canvas, and hopefully it works out today. Hope everyone is doing well, enjoying the weekend. If it's bright and sunny where you are, it's again a beautiful day here. It is not bitterly cold, but it is winter, beginning of February. Has anyone seen the news? Do we know about the groundhog? Punxsutawney Phil, I think, in Pennsylvania, and something else in Staten Island in the States. So anyway, all right. So I wanted to create this piece. As I said, it's more a reflective piece and thinking about life and our own mortality. And I think of the canvas as being our beginning, and all of the things that our experiences, our interactions with other people, and all that wonderful life journey brings about, how we interact and how we connect, and those people who enter our lives who we love dearly. And as I said, my neighbor's husband passed, and she is just, I was at a loss, did not know what to say, and I knew that I would see her, and such, but it's just difficult. And she's just saying, I miss him so much. He's not here. It's not supposed to go like this. And, I thought about William Carlos Williams' poem, where that, that helplessness, I'm just mingling the colors together, that helplessness that one feels where we do not have control over things that happen in our lives, that mortality and that greater power, whatever it is that one believes in or questions, and so on and so forth. And it's not that. It's just this journey. And sometimes, hopefully someone connects with you and brings you joy into your life and love. And there's no greater testament to that than what I see with Camille, the person who, my neighbor, my friend, and I think about what she's going through. And, it's like, well, what do I do now? And I don't have any answers. I cannot fathom. My husband and I have been married over 50 years as well. So I just do not know where to begin to express my feelings and condolences. And we talked about grief and the stages of grief. I'm just touching up my sides a little bit. I'll probably go in and do some more as we continue. All right, so I've got this interplay of colors, our life experiences, and all that joy and love and, yes, pain brings. But we hope that we find some sort of balance, comfort in memories, fond memories. And I said to her, if you're crying and you have this sense of grief, and that acceptance, that's probably one of the most difficult pieces to our journeys. And she says, I'll never accept. And I fear that a great many of us who've journeyed, have watched someone pass, and it's difficult. It's a difficult time. So I'm doing a reflective piece, and I've commingled my colors. And just layering it out and expanding upon it, thinking of life experiences and our journeys and the things that are apparent, and what can we do with those things that have impacted us, in such a profound way. What can we do with that pain, with that grief, and perhaps just bringing up some of those real wonderful memories that that we've had with that loved one. All right, so I want to go in. Yes, my husband has been very ill past few days. I think I mentioned it. I'm going in with my tan that, as I said, I've prepared with GAC, Floetrol, and oil, coconut oil. And I will put those ratios in the description. So this will be my swipe color, and I'm hoping that it works out. Taking a journey, life's journeys, one of many. All right, so what I want to do now is just go in and swipe using a paper towel. I'm going to lay it down on one side where I've placed that swiping medium. Carry it through. Oh my goodness, I did not mean to do that. It happens. Created a wave because it dropped, but hopefully it will not affect the composition too badly. We shall see. I'm going to go in again with the paper towel, laying it down and swiping through, creating cells, unveiling some of that beauty that is our life experiences. Metaphorical, I suppose it is. And here I want to pop some bubbles using my torch. There are quite a few. What happens using the torch is that the cells will continue to come up, generating another layer and depth to this. This is almost a cloud-like feature to it here. When I bring you in for a close-up, hopefully you'll see that. Let's see what's going on. Let me just step back. Sometimes we do need to step back and look at life, and sometimes there's no rhyme or reason, an explanation as we watch our loved ones, and sometimes unexpectedly, and sometimes painfully slow. And we try to make sense of it, even though sometimes we find ourselves at a loss for that. I want to just bring it toward me just so that I can work on it from this angle and go to that next level of our lives. Finding a calm, perhaps accepting eventually, though I don't know if one truly ever does. But we try. Surrounding ourselves with family members and friends, as my friend is doing now. And she says sometimes she finds comfort in that, just someone who listens, not necessarily, giving you, oh, it's okay, you'll be okay, because we all grieve in our own way, and there's no right or wrong. And so here we are. All right, bringing out some of those colors that I used underneath, or that I used on the canvas. I want to go in and see what else this is doing. Now I could have just let it sit for a little bit, just so that some additional bubbles will pop. So I hope that I'm not over torching this, and a result would be grazing, which I do not want. But let's see. All right, so in exploring this idea of life and just thinking about the beauty and our experiences and just having some comfort, I suppose, in reflecting back and thinking about those who are no longer with us. So, what I want to do now is put my gloves on once again. I'm not going to tilt any off because with this next piece, I'm hoping to bring some additional colors and adding to this life journey and reflective piece. So I want to leave it as it is. So using varied techniques. So I went in and just did a cup, straight pour. I went in and did a swipe with the IKinst that I combined, that tan color that I combined with the Flutrol and GAC and some oil, coconut oil. And I want to go in and bring in, I think I want to start with some of this Art Supply red gold iridescent that has been mixed with Flutrol and water. All right, so I'm going to start here. I'm just pouring down some random little puddles, small puddles. See if I can get this to cooperate. Let me take out some of these wipes. I'm going to use my marble. This should be a trick. I probably could use 10 hands here, but that's not going to happen. So I'm just going to just start it out this way, and then I'm going to bring that marble down. And I apologize, you cannot see what's going on, and let it run through the iridescent that came through, and just leave it. And I think I need to invest in some more marbles. But that being said, all right. So what's going on here is that interplay of that iridescent came through, but it picked up the violet, the aquamarine, that yellow, and that umber or brown color as well. So just wiping off my marble for the next piece. And I think this time I want to go in with my, going in with the pink. And I think this time we'll start here. Just bringing down some puddles. I saw this on one of the artists I follow is from France, and I will tag him in the video. And I don't remember his name, and I thought it was quite beautiful what he had done. So I said I want to try to see if I can get my take on it. And so that was one of the reasons. All right, so I'm just bringing the marble, getting it started, and bringing it down. And off. And just, oh, that's quite pretty. It's really pretty the way it's just feathering out. Sort of that beautiful floral pattern that's going on here is quite breathtaking. I think I want to go in with my yellow. And again, I'm going to go a little bit higher with this one. And again, just bringing it down, little tiny puddles. Are you all doing okay today? I hope you're well and life is treating you kindly. I think I want to put one more here and get our marble started. I want to just get it going. and start there. Stay, please. Stay, marble. This is a trick. As I said, I probably could use a few more hands for this, but so far it's working well. I can't wait for you to see the close-up of this. I'm not sure if I angled the camera correctly. If I could get an aerial view of it, it would have been magical. But let's see what happens. All right, I want to go in with the blue. Again, just some drops so that the marble will create some magic, take us down life's path, thinking about our journey and the journeys we've had with our loved ones as well. I'm going to get the marble started and take it to there. Please stay. I'm commanding it. So far it's working out. Oh, that's really pretty too. I'm really liking the way this reflective piece is coming together. Let me know what you think. Do subscribe to my channel, please. Leave your comments. Those are greatly appreciated. I'm going to go in with my MacFly Brilliant Purple, and I'll do the same thing here, just creating some tiny puddles in that beautiful brilliant purple, continuing life's journeys, remembering those who are no longer here with us, thinking about the life we shared with them and all of the things that they brought to our lives. I'm going to come down again, just going over those puddles I created and let it go off and come back. And I want to fill in some of those spaces, like the corners of our minds, filling up our lives with joy and thoughts and memories. And, reminds me of the song by Cody, where he says, if you're going to love someone, love them as strong and as long and as close as you can until you can't. All right, I think I want to go in with my yellow once again and bring it down to, or bring it up to this area, adding that ethereal component to this composition. There is quite a bit of paint on the canvas, so I'm hoping that as it dries, it will not crackle and graze. So I will show that to you in a subsequent video. Again, I'm going to get this marble started. Hopefully it cooperates, and just gently I'm going to guide it down. It's beautiful the way that one worked out. All right, I think I want to bring that in again and kind of balance it out. So I'm going to create another with the yellow on the other side of that red gold pretty color. Oops, did not mean to do that. Hopefully it's a happy little accident. I created a straight line versus a puddle. And sometimes in life, we do things or take paths that we hadn't expected. Let's hope this path works out for us. All right, I'm going to once again bring down that marble going over those puddles, those little puddles, and it's actually really pretty. It's a process. I'm trying to focus as much as I can so I can get this to the desired effect that I want. I'm just putting down some more of that brilliant purple. I'm going to start my marble once again and get it to there. Stay or not. All right, let's get it to go over our puddles, bringing it down and off. I think we're going to go in here, and I think I want to pick up that iridescent that was on that side, just to give it that balance, even though sometimes life is not balanced. Again, just some puddles. I don't want to cover that blue, so I'm trying not to create puddles that are too big that will take over, but sometimes it's okay. Sometimes we kind of have to just let things go the way they're meant to and try to find something that brings us happiness, a memory. Oh, there we go. That balances out what's going on here so that there's less of the green, or the turned green actually, aquamarine and yellow, then when combined gave me that rather pretty green. Yes. I'm just wiping that marble once again, letting it dry for a few seconds. And I think to bring this to this side, I want to go in with some pink. Again, just puddling it. And I'm going to get my marble just to kind of hang there for a bit and bring it down again through those puddles that I just created and down. There we go. I think I want to go in here, and this time I think we're going to go in with the yellow to kind of have a continuity. Life's journey, little steps, footprints as it were, and wherever our feet take us, where we leave those footprints, leave an indelible and lasting impression on our lives. Oh, that's beautiful right there. Let me wipe this down once again. And I don't want to overdo, but I do want to balance. So this time, I think I want to go in with my bright purple right here. Again, just some added balance. I'm doing it one at a time because I want to see what memories fond memories. We can create one at a time rather than putting it all together and then doing it that way. Life isn't like that for the most part. All right, bringing it down once again to this part. It's just beautiful right there. That interplay is really popping off the canvas. Really pretty there. This center, I think, has a little bit too much of that umber color, but I do not want to go back over it because I fear that it might destroy the composition's integrity. So I think I want to leave it, but I do want to go in with that iridescent and right here. And again, I'm going to just place some drops, tiny puddles. It may overlap like our memories sometimes do, and that's okay. I'm going to start with my marble once again, bring it through, have it sit and release. There we go. I'm going to wipe this once again. And thinking, I believe I want to add the pink right here. And again, trying to balance this piece out. I'm not torching it yet because I do not want those bubbles or the cells to pop up, creep up. They will. I'm trying to keep the marble because as I get to the edge, it may interfere with what's already happening. All right, I want to bring in a little bit in here and probably here and here. So let's go with the blue. Again, trying to create uniformity. My poor hubby's got a real bad cough this morning. Again, puddling. These squeeze bottles work out really well for this type of technique. So I'm glad that I have those. Okay, I'm just getting the marble kind of cooperating, giving it a little help, just like we all need help sometimes. And that interplay of the blue with the yellow gave me a mesmerizing green. It's picking up what this has as well as the one next to it, and actually very pretty. All right, I think we need to bring in some yellow right here. Again, about trying to balance this out. And it is picking up the colors from underneath. So there's a lot of play going on here, which is exactly what we want. Unearthing those magical times, our memories, trying to heal, bringing some comfort, hopefully, some solace, reflecting on those times with those who are no longer with us. Just wisping it out here a bit. And I do want to bring in right here. So I'm going to go in with my pink. Trying to create smaller memories. Important nonetheless. Just wiping off that marble. Hopefully it will stay there. And release. And I want to add one more here to balance off with that. And I think I want to go in with my blue. It has that more lavender and the brown under here more than the blue, so we'll see if that balances out. Again, just some puddles, tiny puddles. And there. Again, bringing in my marble, getting it to stay. I'm going to hold it in place because it is on the edge. Oh, that one went a little too deep, so I have to revisit this. And that happens. There was not enough paint here, so I want to just add a little bit of that pour right here. I swipe. And I think I'm going to just go in with my finger right here. And I'm going to go in with my blue. I might have just pushed on it a little too much, but we'll see if this works out. And I may just guide it through. Just need to touch it up. I'm going to use my finger here and give it more of a feather effect, and that's okay. Sometimes we have to adjust and modify our thoughts. I like the ethereal look of it and the interplay of the colors. I will probably add yet another layer to this as I continue on. Let me just step back from it. I think there's a piece here that I'd like to address. So I'm going to go right in here, and I'm going to introduce the yellow, or reintroduce the yellow. And what's beautiful about this is each has picked up the colors that we put down before, and so they're popping through and sharing nicely with the others. And it's actually turning out really well. Where there is more paint, I'm actually just going to guide the marble this time. My paint is starting to develop a film, so I think I may be done with this piece and just wait for the results. But I do want to go in and torch it and see if there are any memories, more fond memories, that we can uncover. There is always something quite beautiful and magical that can be found even in our darkest moments, where we think, how can we go on? Just reflect back if you can. I know it's difficult when you've lost someone, especially someone who's been your soulmate. Bob and Camille actually have been together since high school, or had been together since high school, married for over 53 years, some beautiful children and grandchildren. So this is a very trying time for her. and I wish I had the right words that would ease her pain somewhat. But again, we all go through our grieving process in our own way, and those times hopefully will just bring you some joy when you reflect back. I want to bring you in for a close-up. I do want to just, I think I'm going to turn it toward you, or at least turn it so that I can get you to see what's going on in the wet version. And again, I will put up the dried version in a subsequent video. Take you in. Again, this is the wet version using different techniques. Used a straight pour. I did a swipe on the thicker side, but I wanted that. And then the marble effect to interplay and create a sense of peace and solace with a reflection of our life with someone we cared and loved deeply. Ezra Pound's poem, The Apparitions of the Faces in the Crowd, petals on a wet black bough. Be good to one another and yourselves. Thank you.